Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning Elohim created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of Elohim was moving over the surface of the waters. Then Elohim said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Elohim saw that the light was good, and Elohim separated the light from the darkness. Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening and there was morning, one day. Then Elohim said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." Elohim made the expanse and separated the waters which were below the expanse from the waters which were above the expanse, and it was so. Elohim called the expanse heaven, and there was evening and there was morning, a second day. Then Elohim said, "Let the waters below the heavens be gathered into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. Elohim called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters he called seas. And Elohim saw that it was good. Then Elohim said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees on the earth bearing fruit after their kind, with seed in them." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed after their kind, and trees bearing fruit with seed in them after their kind, and Elohim saw that it was good. There was evening and there was morning, a third day. Then Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth." And it was so. Elohim made the two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He made the stars also. Elohim placed them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good. There was evening and there was morning, a fourth day. Then Elohim said, "Let the waters teem with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the heavens." Elohim created the great sea monsters, and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarmed after their kind, and every winged bird after its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. Elohim blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." There was evening and there was morning, a fifth day. Then Elohim said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures after their kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after their kind." And it was so. Elohim made the beasts of the earth after their kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps on the ground after its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. Then Elohim said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the sky, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim he created him. Male and female he created them. Elohim blessed them, and Elohim said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth, and subdue it, and rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the sky, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." Then Elohim said, "Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the surface of all the earth, and every tree which has fruit yielding seed, it shall be food for you. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the sky, and to everything that moves on the earth which has life, I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. Elohim saw all that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening and there was morning, the sixth day. Chapter 2. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed, and all their hosts. By the seventh day Elohim completed his work which he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. Then Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which Elohim had created and made. This is the account of the heavens and the earth, when they were created, in the day that Yahweh Elohim made earth and heaven. Now no shrub of the field was yet in the earth, and no plant of the field had yet sprouted. For Yahweh Elohim had not sent rain upon the earth, and there was no man to cultivate the ground. But a mist used to rise from the earth and water the whole surface of the ground. Then Yahweh Elohim formed man of dust from the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. Yahweh Elohim planted a garden toward the east in Eden, and there he placed a man whom he had formed. Out of the ground Yahweh Elohim caused to grow every tree that is pleasing to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now a river flowed out of Eden to water the garden, and from there it divided and became 4 rivers. The name of the first is Pishon. It flows around the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. The gold of that land is good. The bdellium and the onyx stone are there. The name of the second river is Gihon. It flows around the whole land of Cush. The name of the third river is Tigris. It flows east of Assyria. And the fourth river is the Euphrates. Then Yahweh Elohim took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to cultivate it and keep it. Yahweh Elohim commanded the man, saying, From any tree of the garden you may eat freely, but from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat from it you will surely die. Then Yahweh Elohim said, It is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helper suitable for him. Out of the ground Yahweh Elohim formed every beast of the field and every bird of the sky, and brought them to the man to see what he would call them. And whatever the man called a living creature, that was its name. The man gave names to all the cattle, and to all the birds of the sky, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helper suitable for him. So Yahweh Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and he slept. Then he took one of his sides and closed up the flesh at that place. Yahweh Elohim fashioned into a woman the side which he had taken from the man, and brought her to the man. The man said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. For this reason a man shall leave his father and his mother, and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And the man and his wife were both naked, and they were not ashamed.